What if everything you remember never actually happened? What if time itself was just a dream? A dark room with only a single desk lamp glowing. On the desk, a futuristic, sleek time machine with glowing symbols. Up of the protagonist's shocked face as he reads a cryptic note beside the time machine. Cinematic side view of the protagonist's hand hovering over the device, hesitating before pressing a button. A burst of swirling blue energy engulfing the room. Walls and objects distorting as time begins to unravel. Everything turning blurry and stretched. Protagonist floating in midair as streaks of past memories rush past him like a time tunnel to his past. A childhood home appears, flickering between old and new versions. From behind him, stepping out into the past. Around him is unfamiliar, familiar. Mysterious, shadowy figure watching him from the distance, visible. A shot of the protagonist looking at his reflection, only to see his younger self staring back at him. The protagonist walking through a street from 10 years ago. Sepia-toned haze. Childhood home, but it looks brand new as if untouched by time. People frozen mid-motion, as if time itself is struggling to keep up. Flickering between day and night, showing a glitch in reality. Close-up of his hands, glitching in and out of existence. Memories appearing as floating video clips around him, replaying key moments from his past. Mysterious ticking sound growing louder as cracks form in the air like shattered glass. A blurry figure of his past self walking away, unaware of his presence. Protagonist reaching out, but his hand passes through the past version of himself. Of realization. Something is wrong. He wasn't supposed to be here. The protagonist seeing his best friend, the one he regrets not saving. A fast-approaching accident scene, about to happen just as he remembers. A side view of the protagonist making a split-second decision. He has to intervene. A dramatic freeze frame of him pushing his friend away from danger. The impact of the event. His friend is safe, but time begins to distort. A view of the protagonist's body starting to flicker. His face filled with confusion. A glitch forming in the environment. Buildings stretching and twisting unnaturally. Past version of himself looking at him, eyes widening in horror. World beginning to collapse around him as reality tries to correct itself. A final shot of his body becoming translucent, starting to vanish. Thought of the protagonist looking at his hands. They are almost completely transparent. The past version of himself beginning to fade, like he never existed. Reality breaking apart. Cracks spreading across the sky like shattered glass. A view of the protagonist screaming, but no sound comes out. The city around him dissolving into dust, revealing an endless void. A giant clock floating in the sky, its hands spinning wildly. His memories rapidly erasing. People and places disappearing one by one. A sudden blackout. Everything going silent and dark. A flash of white light. His consciousness slipping away. A view of an alarm clock ringing as he suddenly wakes up in his bed. Present. The awakening. A close-up of the protagonist's eyes snapping open, breathing heavily. The morning sun shining through the window, everything seeming normal. A shot of him sitting up in bed, looking around in confusion. The alarm clock buzzing, showing the current date and time. A slow-motion shot of him touching his face, checking if he is real. But then, a loud knock on his door. Close-up of his trembling hands as he reaches for the doorknob. A wide-angle shot of him opening the door, eyes widening in shock. His desk now has the exact same time machine, glowing ominous. A note beside it, but this time it reads, "Now, it's real." The protagonist stepping back, shaking his head in disbelief. The time machine suddenly activating on its own, pulsing with energy. A mysterious shadow appearing behind him, watching silently. In bright flash. The machine is pulling him in. The final shot. His room is empty. Only the sound of the ticking clock remains. Zoom into the glowing time machine screen, showing a new date.